It's been over 2 decades since Harry first stepped through the doors of Hogwarts. Back then, we didn't just watch magic, we grew up with it. But what happened to the people who made that magic real? The boy who lived, the girl who changed the world, the friends, the mentors, and even the villains who defined a generation. This is the journey of the Harry Potter cast, then versus now. 1. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. He was the boy who lived, and the boy who carried the weight of an entire generation's dreams. Born on July 23, 1989, under the Leo zodiac sign, Daniel Radcliffe was destined to stand in the spotlight. At just 11 years old, he stepped into Harry's shoes and never really stepped out of them, at least not for a long time. Fame hit like a spell gone wrong, powerful, unpredictable, and impossible to undo. Daniel once admitted that during his teenage years, he struggled with the pressure of global fame, even turning to alcohol to cope with the spotlight. But like Harry, he fought through the darkness and found his strength again. After the Potter saga ended, Daniel broke every expectation. He played daring, strange, and deeply human roles, from the wild Swiss Army Man to the dark comedy Miracle Workers, which ran until 2023. In 2024, he made headlines again for his powerful stage performance in Merrily We Roll Along, which earned him his first Tony Award. In his personal life, Daniel found the kind of love that lasts longer than any magic potion. He's been with actress Erin Dark since 2012, after meeting on set. The couple welcomed their first child in 2023, marking a new chapter for the once boy wizard. From the boy chosen by destiny to the man who chose his own path, Daniel Radcliffe's story proves that sometimes the real magic is growing up. But while Daniel built his own world beyond Hogwarts, another young wizard was shaping the real world, not with spells, but with her voice. Emma Watson, Hermione Granger. When we think of brilliance, courage, and grace, we think of Hermione Granger. And when we think of Hermione, we think of Emma Watson. Born on April 15, 1990, under the Aries zodiac sign, Emma's fiery determination and sharp intellect made her the perfect Hermione from day one. She joined Harry Potter at just 10 years old, instantly becoming the brain and heart of the Golden Trio. Behind the camera, Emma was every bit as sharp, balancing fame with education, earning a degree from Brown University, and proving that intelligence can be its own kind of power. But Emma's magic didn't stop in Hogwarts. After the final film, she became a global icon for women's rights, launching the He For She movement as a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador. Her compassion and elegance made her a voice for her generation and a role model far beyond acting. In Hollywood, she shone again as Belle in Disney's Beauty and the Beast, 2017, and as Meg March in Little Women, 2019. Her last screen appearance was in the short film Prada Paradox in 2022, marking her slow but deliberate step away from acting to focus on personal growth and writing. When it comes to love, Emma's life has been as private as it is poetic. She's had relationships with tech entrepreneur William Knight, businessman Leo Robinson, and most recently with Brandon Green, son of billionaire Philip Green. But since 2023, she's been focusing on self-discovery, saying she's happily single and at peace. Today, at 35, Emma stands as one of the few child stars who grew up gracefully. Proof that brains, beauty, and bravery can coexist. And that even without a wand, she's still casting her spell on the world. But while Emma turned to activism and introspection, her red-haired best friend took a quieter road. Number 3. Rupert Grint, Ron Weasley. He was the loyal friend, the comic relief, and the heart that kept Harry and Hermione grounded.
Lucky we didn't panic.
Rupert Grint may have played the sidekick on screen, but in real life, his story became one of quiet success and true happiness. Born on August 24, 1988, under the Virgo zodiac sign, Rupert's down-to-earth nature and calm energy made him the perfect Ron Weasley from the very start. Rupert was only 11 when he landed the role of Ron Weasley, turning from an ordinary schoolboy into one of the most recognizable faces in the world. But after the series ended, he didn't chase Hollywood fame. Instead, he took a step back to rediscover who Rupert was beyond the magic. He starred in indie films like Cherry Bomb and Into the White, later surprising fans with his chilling performance in Apple TV's Servant. Rupert even explored new ventures, from co-owning an ice cream truck to running a boutique hotel, proving he never needed the spotlight to shine. In love, Rupert's story feels straight out of a fairy tale. He met actress Georgia Groom, known from Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging, and the two quietly built a life together. They welcomed a daughter, Wednesday, in 2020, and a second daughter, Goldie, in 2025, and have remained one of the most private, genuine couples in British showbiz. Now 36, Rupert lives a simple life in the English countryside. But while Rupert sought calm, another wizard walked a very different path, one filled with fame, reflection, and a little bit of Slytherin charm. 4. Tom Felton, Draco Malfoy. He was the boy we loved to hate. Slick hair, cold stare, that unforgettable smirk, and the boy who sneered, "Oh, my father will hear about this!" But behind Draco Malfoy's arrogance was a young actor facing pressures of his own. Born on September 22, 1987, under the Virgo zodiac sign, Tom Felton brought a perfect blend of precision and emotional depth to Draco, making the character unforgettable. Tom joined Harry Potter at just 12 years old, and for many fans, he was Draco, the spoiled rival to the boy who lived. But when the series ended, Tom worked hard to shed the Slytherin image and find his true voice. He appeared in hits like Rise of the Planet of the Apes, 2011, CW's The Flash, 2016 to 2017, and Netflix's A Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting, 2020. But beyond acting, Tom revealed another passion, music. His soulful acoustic tracks showed fans a side of him they'd never seen, gentle, thoughtful, and real. In his 2022 memoir, Beyond the Wand, Tom opened up about fame, burnout, and mental health, and his honesty earned him even more love from fans. He spoke openly about his friendship with Emma Watson, admitting they had mutual crushes during filming, but their bond remained lifelong and pure. Tom has kept his dating life private since, focusing on music, self-discovery, and spreading messages of resilience. In 2024, he starred in Burial and continued to tour his music across Europe, proving that even a Slytherin can grow into a man of grace and grounding. Now 38, Tom Felton stands as proof that even the villains of our childhood can become heroes of their own story. But from Slytherin's pride to Gryffindor's courage, one actress went from Ron's shy little sister to a powerful woman making change in the real world. 5. Bonnie Wright, Ginny Weasley. She started as Ron's little sister, shy, quiet, and often in the background. But as the story unfolded, Ginny Weasley became strong, confident, and fiercely independent, and so did the woman who played her. Born on February 17, 1991, under the Aquarius zodiac sign, Bonnie Wright's creative and free-spirited nature made her perfectly suited for a character who quietly grew into her power. Bonnie joined the magical world at just 9 years old, growing up before our eyes. Yet, unlike her fiery on-screen persona, Bonnie's real-life path was calm, grounded, and deeply purposeful. After Harry Potter, she moved behind the camera, becoming a filmmaker, author, and climate activist. Her short films like Separate We Come, Separate We Go showcased her vision as a director, while her book Go Gently inspired thousands to live more sustainably. In love, Bonnie's story bloomed quietly but beautifully. She dated fellow actor Jamie Campbell Bower from 2010 to 2012 before finding lasting love with environmental specialist Andrew Lococo. The couple married in March 2022, and in September 2023, they welcomed their first child, a son named Elio Ocean Wright Lococo. Today, Bonnie lives between Los Angeles and London, balancing motherhood, filmmaking, and environmental advocacy. From the shy girl who once blushed around Harry Potter to a woman reshaping her world, Bonnie Wright proves that sometimes growing up means finding your own kind of magic. 6. Matthew Lewis, Neville Longbottom. He was the clumsy boy who couldn't remember his password, the underdog who stumbled his way through every spell. But by the end of the series, Neville Longbottom became a warrior. And Matthew Lewis? He became living proof that glow-ups are real. Born on June 27, 1989, under the Cancer zodiac sign, Matthew's warm and loyal personality mirrored Neville's heart, making his evolution all the more authentic. When Harry Potter ended, Matthew was 22, ready to leave his awkward schoolboy days behind. Fans could hardly recognize him when he appeared in shows like Bluestone 42 and Happy Valley, showcasing a sharp, confident new image. And when he played the charming Patrick in Me Before You, 2016, the internet exploded. Neville Longbottom got hot became a global headline. But beyond the transformation, Matthew stayed humble and honest about fame. He continued working in British TV, appearing in All Creatures Great and Small, 2020 to 2024, earning praise for his natural warmth and grounded performances. And his most recent project is Murder Before Evensong. In his personal life, he married Angela Jones, an event planner he met at Universal Studios' Wizarding World of Harry Potter in 2018. A true fairy tale ending for a boy who once couldn't keep track of his toad. Now 36. Matthew balances acting and charity work, often joking that he still feels like that nervous kid in the back of potions class. But while Neville found courage and peace, another member of the cast faced the darkest real-life struggles. 7. Alan Rickman, Severus Snape. Few characters in film history have captured complexity like Severus Snape, and few actors have ever embodied pain, loyalty, and love the way Alan Rickman did. Born on February 21st, 1946, under the zodiac sign Pisces, Rickman carried the quiet intensity and emotional depth typical of his sign, a true artist of feeling and mystery. When Rickman first appeared in The Sorcerer's Stone, his cold glare and cutting voice sent chills down every spine.
I'm the half-blood prince.
But behind the dark robes was a man whose depth and grace made Snape unforgettable. Not just as a villain, but as a tragic hero. Alan Rickman wasn't just acting, he was crafting emotion. What fans didn't know was that he knew Snape's entire fate years before anyone else, personally told by J.K. Rowling. He carried that secret until the final film, giving every moment a haunting weight that only he understood. Beyond Harry Potter, Rickman's career was legendary. From Die Hard's Hans Gruber to Sense and Sensibility, from Love Actually to Sweeney Todd, he brought elegance to every role he touched. His final performance came in 2016's Alice Through the Looking Glass, released just months after his passing. In his personal life, Alan's story was one of quiet, enduring love. He met Rima Horton when he was only 19, and they stayed together for over 50 years, marrying privately in 2012. No scandals, no headlines, just lifelong devotion. Alan Rickman passed away in January 2016 at the age of 69 after a private battle with pancreatic cancer. His loss left a silence in the world of cinema, but his legacy, like Snape's love for Lily, will never die. As the credits rolled on his life, fans everywhere whispered the same word that defined him: always. 8. Robbie Coltrane, Rubeus Hagrid. If there was one character who made every child feel safe at Hogwarts, it was Hagrid, the half-giant with the biggest heart. And behind that warmth stood Robbie Coltrane, the Scottish actor who brought Hagrid to life with humor, strength, and tenderness.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Born on March 30th, 1950, under the fiery sign of Aries, Robbie carried the courage and charisma of his zodiac, bold, passionate, and larger than life, both on and off screen. Robbie's booming laugh and gentle eyes turned Hagrid into more than a character. He was family. He once said in an interview, "The legacy of these movies will outlive all of us. But you know what? For my part, I'll not be here, sadly. But Hagrid will." And when he passed in October 2022, those words broke hearts around the world. Before Harry Potter, Robbie was already a respected actor, known for Cracker and Goldeneye. After the series, he continued working in film and voice acting, appearing in National Treasure, and lending his voice to Brave and Arthur Christmas. In his personal life, Robbie was married to sculptor Rona Gemmell, with whom he had 2 children. Though they later separated, he remained close to his family until the end. When fans visit Hogwarts in Universal Studios today, it's often Hagrid's hut that brings the most tears, a reminder of the man who made every child believe in kindness. 9. Helena Bonham Carter, Bellatrix Lestrange. If chaos had a face, it would look like Bellatrix Lestrange, wild, unhinged, and terrifyingly brilliant. And the woman who played her? Just as unforgettable. Born on May 26, 1966, under the zodiac sign Gemini, Helena Bonham Carter has always embodied duality, elegant yet eccentric, fearless yet vulnerable. She joined the Wizarding World midway through the series, around 2007 at 41 years old, but her impact was immediate. With every sneer and scream, she made Bellatrix both horrifying and hypnotic, the perfect blend of madness and art. Off-screen, Helena is the opposite of her dark alter ego, eccentric, kind, and endlessly creative. Her life, much like her film career, has been filled with bold choices and passionate love. In the late 90s, she had a high-profile 5-year relationship with director Kenneth Branagh from 1994 to 1999, after meeting on set of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Then came Tim Burton, the man who reshaped her creative and personal world. They met on Planet of the Apes in 2001 and built a 13-year partnership, collaborating on Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, and Alice in Wonderland. They have 2 children together, a son, Billy Raymond, born 2003, and a daughter, Nell, born 2007. Though they separated in 2014, Helena later said they remain forever connected by love and our children. Since 2018, she's been in a relationship with Norwegian art historian Ryddag Holmboe, who is 21 years younger, a quiet, steady presence in her life after the storm of fame. In recent years, Helena's career has soared even higher. She earned acclaim for portraying Princess Margaret in The Crown, 2019 to 2020, and in 2023, she starred in the series Nolly, playing real-life TV legend Noelle Gordon, a performance that earned her widespread praise. Now 59, Helena continues to defy every label: actress, mother, rebel, and artist. From Bellatrix's madness to Margaret's melancholy, she reminds us that true magic lies in fearlessly being yourself. But if Bellatrix was chaos, the next witch was discipline, honor, and grace, the very soul of Hogwarts itself. 10. Dame Maggie Smith, Professor Minerva McGonagall. No spell could ever capture the power of a raised eyebrow from Professor McGonagall, and no actress could have done it better than Dame Maggie Smith. Born on December 28, 1934, under the steadfast sign of Capricorn, Maggie's discipline, wit, and poise have guided her legendary career for over 7 decades. When she joined the Harry Potter cast in 2001, she was 66 years old, already a towering figure in British theater and film. Yet she treated the Wizarding World like a new adventure, infusing McGonagall with sharp wit, compassion, and authority. What fans didn't know was that during the filming of The Half-Blood Prince, Maggie was privately battling breast cancer. Still, she refused to step away. "I was determined to finish the film," she once said. "It gave me something to fight for."
I've always wanted to use that spell.
That quiet strength turned her into more than a teacher on screen. She became an inspiration in real life. After Harry Potter, Maggie continued her reign on screen. She became an international favorite again as the witty Dowager Countess Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey, a performance that earned her 3 Emmys and a Golden Globe. Her most recent project, The Miracle Club 2023, once again proved that her brilliance shines at any age. In her personal life, Maggie married actor Robert Stevens in 1967. They had 2 sons, Chris Larkin and Toby Stevens, both successful actors themselves. After their divorce in 1997, she married playwright Beverly Cross, and the 2 remained together until his passing in 1998. Maggie died on the 27th of September 2024 at the age of 89 in London. 11. Ralph Fiennes, Lord Voldemort. He was the Dark Lord, the face of fear. And yet, beneath that pale mask, stood one of cinema's most respected actors. Born on December 22, 1962, under the zodiac sign Capricorn, Ralph Fiennes brought Lord Voldemort to life not with rage, but with eerie calm. A performance so chilling, it redefined villainy. By the time he joined Harry Potter in 2005, Ralph was already a global name, with Oscar nominations for Schindler's List and The English Patient. But it was Voldemort that introduced him to a new generation, a generation that learned that true evil doesn't need to scream, it whispers. Outside the Wizarding world, Ralph's brilliance continued to shine. He directed and starred in The Invisible Woman, led the Grand Budapest Hotel to global success, and joined the James Bond universe as M. In his personal life, Ralph has lived a story as complicated as any dark wizard he's played. He fell in love with Alex Kingston back when they were young actors at Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. After 10 years together, they married in 1993 and divorced in 1997 following his affair with Francesca Annis. Their romance lasted 11 years before ending in 2006 amid swirling rumors and shattered trust. Since then, Ralph has kept his heart guarded and his life private, pouring everything into his craft and the causes he believes in. From Voldemort's shadow to the spotlight of cinematic greatness, Ralph Fiennes proved that even the darkest characters can illuminate the screen. 12. Albus Dumbledore, Richard Harris, and Michael Gambon. Few wizards carry the weight of a school, a prophecy, and the fate of the wizarding world like Albus Dumbledore. Wise, enigmatic, and always 2 steps ahead, he was the heart of Hogwarts. The first to bring him to life on screen was Richard Harris, born October 1st, 1930, Libra. Harris portrayed Dumbledore in The Sorcerer's Stone, 2001, and The Chamber of Secrets, 2002, infusing the character with warmth, wit, and subtle melancholy. His career was legendary, including iconic roles in Camelot, This Sporting Life, and Gladiator. Richard's personal life was quieter than his stage presence. He was married twice, first to Elizabeth Rees-Williams, then to Anne Turkle, married 1974, later divorced, and fathered 3 children. Sadly, Richard passed away in October 2002 at age 72. After his passing, Michael Gambon, born October 19, 1940, Libra, stepped into the role. Gambon carried Dumbledore through Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004, to Deathly Hallows, 2011, bringing a sharper energy and commanding presence. Outside Harry Potter, Michael's most popular projects include The Singing Detective, The King's Speech, and Fantastic Beasts films, and his final film roles in Cordelia and Judy, 2019. His last credited work was a voice role in the 2024 video game The Elder Scrolls Online: Gold Road. Gambon's personal life, however, held quiet turbulence behind the scenes. He married Anne Miller in 1962, and they shared 3 children. But in 2001, he began a long-term relationship with Philippa Hart, 25 years his junior, with whom he had 2 more sons. Their relationship became public in 2002, leading to a temporary separation from his wife, though the 2 later reconciled. When Gambon passed away on September 27, 2023, at age 82 from pneumonia, it was later revealed in 2024 that almost his entire estate was left to Lady Gambon, leaving Hart out of his will. Together, Harris and Gambon immortalized Dumbledore, one with gentle wisdom, the other with vibrant intensity, making him one of the most beloved figures in the wizarding world. But while Dumbledore guided the boy who lived, another man, reckless, loyal, and haunted by the past, walked a darker path alongside him. 13. Gary Oldman, Sirius Black.
Get away from my godson.
The Godfather, the rebel, the man who escaped Azkaban and stole every scene. That was Sirius Black. Fierce, fearless, and fiercely loyal, he was Harry's link to the past and his guide to courage. Gary Oldman, born March 21, 1958, Aries, brought Sirius to life with an intensity that made the character unforgettable. From the misunderstood prisoner in The Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004, to the tragic hero of Order of the Phoenix, 2007, Oldman gave depth to a man shaped by loss, loyalty, and a refusal to bow to injustice. Outside Harry Potter, Gary's career is filled with transformative performances, from Leon, the Professional, to Darkest Hour, for which he won an Academy Award for portraying Winston Churchill, and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. His most recent projects include Oppenheimer, Parthenope, and Slow Horses. In his personal life, Gary Oldman's story has been marked by brilliance, chaos, and hard-won peace. He has been married 5 times. His first marriage was to actress Leslie Manville in 1987, and they share a son, Alfie, though the marriage ended shortly after his birth in 1990. He later married Uma Thurman in 1990, divorcing in 1992, and was engaged to Isabella Rossellini from 1994 to 1996, though they never married. In 1997, he wed model Doña Fiorentino, with whom he had 2 sons, Gulliver and Charlie, before a difficult divorce in 2001. Oldman married singer Alexandra Edinburgh in 2008, a union that ended in 2015. Since 2017, Gary has been married to writer and art curator Giselle Schmidt. Despite a turbulent past, he now keeps his personal life grounded and private, focusing on his family and his craft. Sirius Black's life on screen may have been tragically short, but Gary Oldman's portrayal immortalized him. It's been more than 2 decades since Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone first opened its doors to us. And yet, for millions around the world, Hogwarts never really closed. We grew up with Harry, Hermione, and Ron. We mourned with Snape, we laughed with Hagrid, and we learned from McGonagall that courage comes in many forms. Some of the cast walked away from fame, some found love, and some we lost too soon. So tell me, which Harry Potter star's journey touched you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Until then, stay top tier.